For the sidebars pattern, you need to chain a multiple of 2 and then you add 1 to it. So we start by making a simple slip knot, which I just put around my index finger and thumb and drop the yarn. And I'm using a size H crochet hook. And the yarn I'm going to be using on this one is actually a Lion brand yarn. It's a Kobo, I believe is how you say it, C-O-B-O-O. But to do the sidebar pattern, we need to chain multiples of 2 and then add 1. So I'm just going to do a small pattern so that you can see, and then I'll show you the baby blanket that I'm working on. So there's 2, 4, 5, 6. So there's 21 stitches. Okay, to start with, we're going to skip the first chain and we're going to put a single crochet in the next one. And a single crochet, you just insert it into your stitch, draw up your yarn, loop it over and draw through both on your hook. We go to the next stitch. So we're going to just do single crochets all the way across. Okay, and you go down, you're at your last one, and you put a single crochet there as well. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our project. And at this point, you can take this beginning tail and feed it through your foundation row, and that way you don't have to remember to feed it in later. And this works well if you're going to be changing colors, just get it taken care of now. So I just like to draw it through so it can be hidden in my row of stitches. Put your hook back in your chain 3. So again, I chained 3 and I've turned, and we skip this first single crochet there and we do a double crochet in the next one. So I'm going to go under both of the stitches of the single crochet on the foundation row, and a double crochet, you loop over 1, put it through your stitch and draw up your yarn. So now we have 3 on the hook, and you draw over your yarn on your hook and you pull through 2, draw over and pull through 2. Now this is where the sidebar stitch comes in. We're going to do a double crochet on the double crochet post that you just did. So you're going to kind of turn your hand a little, and we're going to go around the post and draw up our yarn. So we have 3, just like a normal double crochet, draw through 2 and draw through 2. You're going to skip 1 and we're going to do another double crochet. Now we do a double crochet on the side, on the post of that stitch. So you loop over your hook and draw up. We have 3, 2, and 2. Skip 1, and you can see that here's our little tail there. If you can catch that into your stitching, that's great. So we're going to draw through 2 and 2, and I'm going to do my sidebar. So you turn it a little bit and do a double crochet on the post of that double crochet. So there is what you're going to be looking at. And so I'm going to finish the row and show you the how we continue on the next rows. Okay, we're down here to the end. I'm going to skip 1, and on the end I'm only going to put a double crochet. Now we have a row of sidebars, looking pretty cool already. So the next row, you chain 1 and you turn, and you're going to skip the first stitch, and we're going to do single crochets all the way across. So we did a sidebar row, now we're doing a single crochet row. Okay, we're getting down here to the end. This is your chain 3 that you started with. You go ahead and put a single crochet in the top of that. And now we chain 3 because this row is another sidebar row. So we chain 3 and you skip that first single crochet and you double crochet in the top of the sidebar stitch below. So there was a double crochet. We turn and we do a double crochet on the post. You skip this one and you do another sidebar, and you'll know you're doing it right because your sidebars are lining up with each other. They're straight up and down from each other. So you're skipping, and we're going to do a sidebar here, skip and do a sidebar, and let me continue all the way across this row. Okay, so we're getting down here to the end, so we skip one, and in this is our single crochet there. We are going to put just one double crochet in that last stitch. So here's what you have so far. You have your sidebars are all lined up on top of each other. So we've done a row of sidebars, a row of single crochet sidebars. Now you do single crochet. To start the single crochet, you do one chain, skip the first, and do single crochets across. And that is all there is to making a super cool little pattern, and it's called the sidebar pattern. Okay, so for the baby blanket, I am using a baby weight yarn that I actually got on clearance from Hobby Lobby. And you're going to need about 600 yards of yarn for this project. My blanket is 21 inches by 30 inches, and I'm going to be doing the sidebar. And so on the sidebar, you chain a multiple of 2 plus 1. So here is a baby blanket that I'm almost done with, and it used the sidebar pattern, and I'm getting ready to put my border on it. So to do the border, I have decided I want to go all the way around it with a single crochet, and then I'm going to go all the way around it with a half double crochet and then a little ruffle. And so here I am on the ends of each row. The foundation rows are easy. You just put a single crochet in each stitch. The corner, make sure you do 3. We do 1 for this side, 1 for the corner, and 1 for the next side. But this is the end of the rows, and so I just wanted to show you how I'm spacing it out. I'm doing 2 in my double crochet. I'm doing double crochet row. I'm doing 1 in the single crochet, and just 2 in the double crochet rows, and that seems to be laying down really nice. So I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm doing a single crochet row, and then as soon as I finish this lap around the blanket, I will show you the half double crochet row. Okay, I just finished going around with the single crochets, made sure I put a total of 3 in each corner, and I've slip stitched to the beginning of the first single crochet. Now I want to do half double crochets in each of those that I just did. So you're going to chain 2, and we are going to, in the first stitch, you loop over 1, draw through it on your hook, and then draw through all 3 on your hook. So you loop over once, draw up your stitch, loop over, and draw through all 3. So that's just going to make a nice little frame, and then I'm going to put a ruffle stitch here. So I'll come back and show you how to do that. Okay, that makes a really nice edge to the blanket. Remember, when you're doing a corner, you need to put 3 stitches in the corner. So when I came around with this half double crochet, I did 2 on this side because there was already 1 where I had started with my chain 2, so that makes up the 3. And I just slip stitched into the beginning. So then to start my ruffle, I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to do a double crochet. I'm going to chain 3. In the same spot, I'm going to do 2 more double crochets. Then I'm going to skip 1 of the half double crochets and do the go into the next one, do a double crochet in the same stitch, 3 chains, and 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. And here's the last double crochet in that one. Skip one, do the same thing, 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 more double crochets. And so it's just going to make a nice little ruffle. Okay, when you get to your corner, you might have to adjust a little because we're skipping stitches depending on how many stitches your project has. So here I am going to go ahead and skip there, but I am going to put all of the little ruffles in this corner one here, so that this is one ruffle. And I'm going to go ahead and just do my other ruffle there too for the corner. So that first one was for the one side. This one is for the corner. And then I'm going to go directly into the next one for the next side. No skipping on the corner on this one. It might lay out differently for yours, but I'm going to do this and then continue on. Now I'm going to skip one and do a ruffle in the next. So there, that looks really good. So just continue your ruffle all around, and I am going to show you in the next step how to attach your little roses. I have 2 of the flowers on there so you can see what I'm going to be doing. And here's my 3rd flower, and I am going to pull the strings, the leftover tails, pull those to the back of the flower. This is the front, here's the back. I'm just going to tie them together in a little knot. And trim their tail just about 1/2 inch long. Then I'm going to place this where I want it and going to pin it down, and instead of using crochet thread to attach it, I'm just using regular sewing thread. And so just going to pin it into place, spacing out my petals as I like it. And I'm taking matching colored thread, and I am just going to tack it from the back forward all the way around the exterior petal. But there you have the finished flowers, and I just love the way that turned out. So here the blanket is all done. I love it. It's a combination of the sidebar stitch, put a little ruffle on the edge, added some briar roses to the corner, and I think this made a fantastic baby blanket. So if you have any questions while you're doing yours, please comment down below. But as always, thank you for watching DIY on the House.